Good evening and welcome to Nightline Africa. We are coming to you from the English to Africa service of the Voice of America. Thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Clotton in Washington, D.C. A Tanzanian political analyst says it is not likely demands by main opposition party, Chadema, for electoral reforms will be met before the coming general election. Ansbert Ngurumo also says it appears the call is a negotiating tactic by the opposition to pressure the government into carrying out reforms to ensure transparent and accountable elections. This after intensified calls by Tundu Lissu, the newly elected chairman of Chadema, for electoral reforms. At a recent meeting with Tanzanian journalists, the opposition figure says the party maintains its stance that there will be no elections without changes, saying no reform, no election. But critics dismiss the demand, saying it is not realistic. They also say the ruling CCM does not appear to be interested in the opposition party's demands. For the latest political development, I reach political analyst Ansbert Ngurumo.
First of all, I don't think it is his statement. The no reforms, no election slogan or statement is not his. It is his party's statement that was reached after the consultation among themselves within the party organ. I think they came up with that statement after the Central Committee meeting some time ago. So it is not his position, like his individual position. The thing is, what is at stake is the interpretation, which is now seemingly ambiguous when it comes to the public domain. And if you ask me, the way I understand it, it's a strategy for negotiation, demand for electoral reforms, the significant changes in the electoral system before election. I also see it as a call for systemic change, in the legal and constitutional amendments regarding the constitution, regarding the election in the electoral system. You can also look at it as a protest against a rigged election. A major concern that comes up after he has made his statement about what they mean, like they are ready to make sure there is no election that's going to take place. That is where the ambiguity comes from, and the vagueness that is causing a lot of misinterpretation, misinformation, and a lot of argumentation and disagreement about what is happening. So if it happens that what he's saying right now takes place, if everything comes to pass, then it means Chadema is not going to take part in the election. And what that means, well, it will be up for interpretation.
You have interacted with a lot of Tanzanians. You are a Tanzanian yourself. But how are people reacting to this on the ground? Because the question is, if the status quo remains, the biggest party, CCM, that has dominated Tanzania's political landscape since independence, will carry the day. But why would they allow the landscape to change when it will not favor them? Some argue. What are your thoughts?
This statement brings a divided opinion in a divided society. And apparently, I'm also seeing a divided opinion within the same party. There is no question that we need changes in the electoral system. There's no question about the constitution amendments that we need. And we all know that the government has always been nonchalant or indifferent about the changes that are demanded by the people. And but what I'm seeing right now is like the opposition is being trapped or is trapping itself into this situation. I'm not seeing any political will from the point of view of the ruling party and the government, but I'm seeing some loss of hope on the part of the opposition because they don't see any light at the end of the tunnel, and they think this is the only way, the last option they are making. And in my eyes, it's not pragmatic, it's not really feasible, it is not realistic. But anything is possible. Maybe this is an opportunity for them to prove themselves and to prove others wrong. They may need to do further consultation. They may need to do serious engagement. But I'm seeing something that I cannot clearly construe when it comes to what they are telling the people. And the people are speaking the same language that I'm speaking. There are people who say it is possible, and there are others who say it is not possible. So it's up to them to prove others wrong.
Ansbert Ngurumo is a Tanzanian political analyst.